Hello everyone, here are the latest market news on April the 8th, 2020. Twitter's CEO donates $1 billion to combat COVID-19. Jack Dorsey, Twitter's chief executive, has pledged to donate $1 billion, 800 million francs, to fund coronavirus research to help disarm this pandemic. Dorsey, who co-founded Twitter in 2006 and went on to found payments company Square, wrote on Twitter that he was donating $1 billion of Square shares to a charitable fund called Start Small to fund global COVID-19 relief. He said the donation was equivalent to about 28% of my wealth. According to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, Dorsey has a fortune of about $3.9 billion. Meanwhile, the founder of Amazon and world's richest person, Jeff Bezos, said he will donate $100 million to food bank charity Feeding America. Even in ordinary times, food insecurity in American households is an important problem, and unfortunately, COVID-19 is amplifying that stress significantly, stated Bezos in an Instagram post last week. EU finance ministers failed to agree support package. European Union finance ministers failed to agree in all-night talks on more support for their coronavirus-hit economies, and their chairman said on Wednesday morning he was suspending the discussions until Thursday. Diplomatic sources and officials said a feud between Italy and the Netherlands over what conditions should be attached to Eurozone credit for governments fighting the pandemic was blocking the progress. The ministers, who started talks on Tuesday afternoon that lasted all night with numerous breaks to allow for bilateral negotiations, are trying to agree a package of measures to help governments, companies and individuals. They had hoped to agree on a €500 billion program to cushion the economic slump and finance recovery from the pandemic and resolve the divisions that have marred relations as the bloc struggles with the outbreak. Oil climbs amid hopes on production cut. Oil rose on Wednesday, recovering from a two-day fall amid hopes that a meeting between OPEC members and allied producers on Thursday will trigger output cuts to shore up prices that have crumbled amid the coronavirus pandemic. International benchmark Brent crude futures climbed 21 cents or 0.8% to $32.08 per barrel, showing 3.6% drop on Tuesday. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude jumped 82 cents or 3.8% to $24.45 a barrel after dropping 9.4% in the previous session. Thursday's video conference meeting between members of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and its allies, including Russia, is widely expected to be more successful than their gathering in early March when the price war started. Saudi Arabia, other OPEC member countries and Russia, a grouping known as OPEC Plus, are likely to agree to cut output, but that record could be dependent on whether the United States would go along with cuts. In turn, the U.S. Department of Energy said on Tuesday that country's output is already declining without government action. Economy activity in France may fall to 6%. France's economy may decline to 6% in the first quarter from the previous 3 months as a nationwide lockdown due to the coronavirus outbreak hit main sectors of the economy, the central bank estimated on Wednesday. That would be the biggest contraction on a quarterly basis since World War II, surpassing the previous record of minus 5.3% in the second quarter of 1968, when France was gripped by civil unrest, mass student protests and general strikes. Such GDP is due to stay-at-home orders since March the 17th, that officially end on April the 15th. According to the Bank of France estimations, every 2 weeks the country spent in lockdown could reduce annual economic activity by 1.5 percentage points.